The City of Onkaparinga is currently running an educational program about body art for primary school students in the region.
Body art, particularly body piercing, is a growing sort of phenomenon.
The program follows on from a partnership between the council and Steve Parker from Southern Primary Health.
Young people, it's almost like a body image type of issue. They see people in the media with body art and piercings, and obviously think they would like to emulate that. And also it's a youth culture sort of thing.
I let my friend do my ears, and the next morning it was all pussy and I had to wash it out and take the earrings out, and I never let her done it again.
We'd had some evidence that kids were piercing themselves in the school toilets and causing some pretty bad infections to themselves and some pretty bad injuries. So we thought we needed to let them know that, you know, they shouldn't be doing it themselves. They should be going to get it done professionally somewhere.
I would most likely do it when I was older.
Steve worked with a number of people and organisations to document the health risks surrounding body piercing.
I think it's been really successful. Teachers seem to like it.
With that research report, we spoke to local GPs, local body piercers, and probably got a response from about 134 GPs in our local area. And something like about 96% of all doctors in the southern region had actually treated a young person for an infection or an injury.
You shouldn't do it yourself, you should go to a proper place.
That sort of shows a little bit of a public health issue there, I think.
Good morning everybody, my name's Nicole. I'm an Environmental Health Officer at the City of Onkaparinga.
Today's session is taking place at the Moana Primary School with a class of Year 6 and 7 students.
Your piercing might get badly infected, but that infection can then spread throughout your whole body and cause blood poisoning to your body. We chose Year 6 and 7s because we thought they were quite an impressionable group. So we've got an example here of a pretty nasty looking tongue. They're in the process of transferring off to high school, and hopefully they're trying to fit in with certain groups at high school. We thought we might still get them before they actually do pierce themselves. If you open up the lid, there's actually a question underneath. At the moment, it's only we only present it to the schools in the City of Onkaparinga, and we have been to around 26 schools, so we've targeted probably about 800 students. So we're starting to spread the word a little bit throughout the council area.
Or after it's healed, isn't it, that you can change it around? Yep. So the more they know, the more they're going to be aware and being able to keep themselves safe and do the right thing.
The response has been absolutely incredible, and when Nicole actually does the program, it's interesting that you can actually hear a pin drop in the room, and the kids are very focused on it.
If you got your tongue piercing cut out, would you always have a hole there, or would the hole go away?
I think eventually it would just heal up. You might just be left with a scar on your tongue or something like that.
If you're getting pierced by someone who hasn't taken any courses, is there a better chance that you get infected?
If the piercer doesn't know what they're doing, then there's obviously more likely that they could damage you in a certain way, damage your nerves, and definitely have more risk of infection, yes.
What part of the body is the most likely to get infected?
It really does depend on the person, but I think generally the belly button, because of the fact that it is covered up with clothing and it's hot and humid and sweaty in there and doesn't actually see the air as much.
We find that the body piercing education program can also be a vehicle to talk about personal hygiene and also introduce very early concepts around bloodborne virus, in particular hepatitis C.
Wow, that's much better, isn't it? You can see what the soap does.
I like it. I learned a lot about piercing and how it infects your body and stuff, because I had a piercing and it got infected, so me and Mum took that out.
If you want your ear pierced, then go to a professional and see if you're doing it right.
You need to sit up there, Carly, for me.
Michelle Argent runs her own body art salon and has been very supportive of the program. The plan is now to broaden the focus to further educate practitioners in the field of body piercing.
They're really loving it because they've wanted something like this for a long time, and lots of people have said, yes, it'll happen, but nothing has actually happened. Whereas now that they can see that we're actually getting somewhere, we're starting the education, and we've actually just won some funding from WorkSafe SA to run some education programs for them as well on infection control, so we're actually targeting the industry.
I think it's very important for people to know about the risks. There are a lot of bloodborne viruses out there, bacteria that people can actually contract through this. So it's a sensible thing for a little bit of education and prevention out there and letting them know. There you go. They need to ask whether everything's one use only, it's all sterilised, with what the aftercare is, and go into a formal consult with their body piercer. Ask the questions. If they're not prepared to actually answer them, don't go there. You know, I would say find somebody else.
In this session, there's actually going to be some fairly gruesome photos that I'm going to...
It will be our hope down the track the Department of Health or other council areas might actually pick the program up so it's extended a little bit more broadly from the southern region. I mean, we have to bear in mind this is not a problem that's just for the southern area of Adelaide. So I think it's important that all young people in our state are given this opportunity to get a little bit more education about how to look after themselves properly.
For more information about the body piercing program, visit the City of Onkaparinga website, or you can contact customer service during office hours.